bringing my computer because I wanted to share. So the main topic of this video is why you guys are not manifesting. I don't want to have it too loud. I want to have that beautiful ambience, but I don't want it to overpower, even though I'm loud. Okay, so we're gonna, I want to share with you. So I got an email today. Let me close some of this stuff. By the way, I have a new email. I'm trying to build an email list, and just for emailing me, my new email is, I forgot it, Love Goddess Daisy. So I'm doing a whole branding around my work and what I do. And I'm always known as Psychic Daisy Fabella, which is, you know, is my name, and that's how people have found me for like forever. But mainly, if you notice, I always tell people I'm like the love doctor, but I'm not, because I'm definitely not a doctor. I'm actually not. I don't like doctors, even though my doctor is great. But it's just, you know, I'm not too keen with doctors. Anyway, to the point. So it's called Love Goddess Daisy at yahoo.com. I will link it below. So you send me, just send me an email. Make sure your name is in the body. That way I know who you are, because I'm creating an email list. And just by adding you to my email list, I will send you an angelic message. Now, with that being said, and it doesn't matter when, you could do this on a live, you could do this anytime. So one of my Patreons messaged me today, and you could tell just by her message. Of course, I cannot share details. You're not going to know who this person is. I'm just going to share what she wrote. Now, she's like, "Hi Daisy, I just wanted to write and get some insight, maybe a little guidance. My life feels like it's in shambles. I don't know if this is supposed to be like this or what is going on. I try to focus on positive things, but my love life is suffering. My credit is taking its left and right. And financially, I could be in a much better place considering my past. I even feel as though I am failing," and I won't say it because that's really personal. "So far, we have done, you know, reconciliation. I bought some oils, prosperity, love. You gifted me some Venus oil, and she is one of our beautiful exclusive members. I would like to know some input on this point." So when I got this email, and mind you, she sent this to me at 4ish, I know the energy is like super intense. And I'm always sharing to you guys, like, you know, I'm very real. Like, I share with you, you see everything. And I think that's one of the reasons why people either love me or they don't, is because I'm very honest. I don't hide anything. My kids know my entire life, what I've done, what I haven't done. I'm very honest. But manifesting is not just, you know, you do a ritual and it kind of like, a lot of people don't understand. So we do rituals, right? And we want them, of course, we want them to manifest. Now, not all rituals are going to manifest. That's one aspect. On the other aspect, they need time. Okay? Just like when and I always say this, it's like, this is the oldest metaphor. Every spiritual woohoo, whoever, is always talking about sowing and reaping. You can't plant a seed and watch it grow and just wait for it, right? You can't do the waiting game. You can't watch the seed grow. Okay, I did a spell. It hasn't manifested, 70% of the clients that I get work that way. They cast a spell and they expect it to manifest the next day, or in a week, or in 2 weeks. Some spells do not manifest for months. Some spells don't manifest for years. It all depends, of course, on what you're working on. So I want you to kind of realize this, okay? Now, this beautiful individual, I've only worked with her more or less a month and something. And the reason why I want to share this video is because, and if you notice, the name is Why You're Not Manifesting. A lot of things have occurred to me. It changes. Of course, I'm much older. I have a lot of experience. I journal a lot. So I do go back into my life. Like the energy right now is very similar to the energy in 2012. Energy 2021 is very similar to 2011. 2011 we had a huge shift, the same way we had a huge shift in 1999. So life and energies tend to kind of come in circle. Now, our lives are always in these chapters, 5 to 7 years. Some people say a decade. You know, I feel the energy is always, our life shifts from 5 to 7 years. So when you set goals in your life, don't set them for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? And like example, the 12-21-21 ritual that we're doing. That's why I tell everybody, take their time. You know, you have till the 18th. As long as I get, you know, your intentions by the 18th, that's all I need, because, you know, I am scribing your intentions on the candles, the 7 intentions. Now, why we say, because everybody's like, oh, well, in 2022, I want this, this, and that, and the other. But nobody really looks at, well, where am I going to be in 3 years, and 5 years, and 7 years? Nobody looks at that. It is not until you get, I'm going to say to like the late 30s, and people are like, oh my God, I'm in my 30s. I should start investing in my future, in my retirement. People don't, like, the human always thinks that they have a lot of time. And especially in the mindset of when you're not manifesting, right? You always feel like, well, you have time to do this and to do that and to the other. Time is your most precious gift. It's more precious than money. It's more precious than anything, because we are here for X amount of time. Now, something that I wanted to share. You have to make a huge promise to yourself, right? So when 2019 came, and I am writing a personal book about the job that I used to have and everything I went through with the job and whatever. I was doing my spiritual stuff, but it was very like, I did it for fun, you know, for friends. You know, we would go to Casadega. We would go to, we did past life regression with Dr. Brian Weiss. So it was more like, hey, Daisy, the full moon is coming. It's a blood moon. You want to come over? And then I would just kind of like do everything. And it was like everybody, you know, enjoyed it and whatnot. So when 2019 came, I was like, you know what? I've been through a lot, financially, spiritually, health-wise, like a lot of issues. I don't want, and I literally told God, I said, if I'm going to go through this bullshit, then I don't want to go through it. Like, I don't want to keep up and down roller coaster. I want to progress. I want to move forward, and I want to sky, like, you know, up and up. So I said, I told God that, and I said, and I want you to put everything in my path, like show me. And that is keen. So when you do a spell, this is what a spell is. A spell is spirit showing you what you have to do, the action steps. And that's what happens with us humans. We feel that we'll do a spell and that everything's going to fall in our laps. Example, the oils, right? So every day I put these oils on, every single day, and I rub them on my points and behind my ears, and I just kind of connect with that beautiful energy, right? And then I will grab, like, let me see, so you more or less see. I can't show you the ones that I've written because they have personal stuff on it. So I'll grab my to-do list, and I know like today's Monday, so I have written, okay, the things I did today. I did a lot of shipping, a lot of answering emails, you know, because Sunday, even though it's my day off, is not really my day off. And then I write, okay, and then, you know, goals. So I'll add the goals for the week. So the things that I want to achieve during this week. So it could be the profits I want to make. If I want to do a certain recipe because I cook for my family. So like whatever it is that I feel good about. So the goals are my good place, you know? I'm going to tell you. So one of the goals that I have for this week was that I really want to launch the direct mail letters. And then I'm doing like, because I have 64 pages of clients. So every day I'm doing a page until I get, all that mail out. So what is your goals? We are all, life is chaotic. And unfortunately, we're surrounded with a lot of negativity, a lot of darkness. And then we're not alone. We are creatures of community. So we're always going to be around people. So then what is your surroundings? Who is around you? Are they playing the victim mentality? Is it someone is always like, I thought I turned something on. I want to make sure that I can hear myself right. So, are you in a positive surrounding? Like, who's around you, and then you ask yourself, it's not even just like your friends or your coworkers, it's also your spouses, or your partners, or your, whatever. Are they giving you light? Are they bringing you down? Are they positive? Are they negative? Like, what is your surrounding? But really look at it, because a lot of us were like, oh yeah, well, we don't really break down the criteria of our lives. What is it that you need to change? And then I'm going to give you, of course, an example of, with me. So last night I had a dream. Before I go to bed, I do this every night. I do visualizing every single night. I put on a meditation, just like you hear in the background, and I fall asleep to that in visualization mode of the things that I want to manifest and to achieve. This is every night. I like to put certain crystals under my bed. If you watched the last ritual that I did about the business for me and my husband, I added that to the bed, under my pillow. So it has crystals and it has herbs. So I'm going to have lucid dreams because of the energy that I put there. So every day I'm working on my life and my onward motion. And I like to, today I'm sitting, and yes, I am not exactly where I want to be because I'm growing, just as you are growing. But we have to take in account to where we are. And then we also need to look at our mistakes. I look at my mistakes a lot. I like to, I overspent, X amount of money, So something that I've been doing is I bought a cash book, and now I have my money kind of organized in, the bills, utilities, emergencies. I have different envelopes for things that I want to get for myself or my family or my grandchildren. So I have everything really organized. Something that I do is I like to go Sundays to the farmers markets. If my envelopes do not have the money, I cannot do this. And let me tell you, it really, really works. Because before it was like, well, I have the money, I'll just spend, I'll just take it from this, I'll just take it from that, I'll do that next week. So that is a very disorganized mindset, So it gets to the point that even if you're making a six-figure income, you're not going to have enough. Because if you didn't organize yourself when you were making, the $50,000 a year, it's not gonna get any better at 100,000. And even when you're a millionaire, Jim Rohn, I don't know if you guys follow Jim Rohn. I love him. He was a great mentor. You can look him up. Super amazing. He said that he got his first million when he was 31, and he lost it all by the time he was 33. So he had to start all over. If we don't have plans in our life, if we don't set goals, if we don't take action, things are not going to go well. So you have to look at yourself, look at what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Okay, something that I do, which I would recommend to this beautiful, exclusive, spiritual Patreon. I would write a list of pros of things that I have achieved. Okay. Example, my thing would be relaunching my Etsy shop, relaunching my YouTube channel, kind of focusing on my Patreon that's growing and flourishing, and I'm so grateful. And that fills me with gratitude. I remember when I had my first Patreon, Rosalie was my first Patreon, and I think her Patreon's $5 or something, and I was just I think I cried. I was so excited for that, that moment that someone supported me. They believed in me. They loved, what I had to share. So that was just, I can't even explain it. Like it really brought me to a beautiful level. So when you focus on the little things, okay, when you're grateful for that first step, that first accomplishment, you will flourish. Now, we all have our down days. Here's another thing. So this past week, actually past month. So Esse's going through this huge change. I've been talking about it for a while. So the sales have been down. And I've done these radical sales to get everybody to purchase, certain things and whatever. And of course, to meet my quota, because, we all have our quotas, especially that this is what I do. This is my career. And Spirit told me late November, there were certain spells that I was going to stop doing in January. And in late November, Spirit was like, you're not doing these anymore. You're done. And what happened was I had a huge health clash. So I suffered too, just like you. So I want you to grasp that. You're not alone. And then that's why I think I'm good at what I do, because I share with you all that I'm just very compatible to what you're going through. So I freaked out because the human side, the ego side, the dark side will tell you, you can't stop doing that. That's your bread and butter. How are you going to do things? How are you going to pay your bills? Yada, yada. So I was like, no, because see, now my almost 50-year-old mind, experience knows that when Spirit says, Lala, do this, and you do it, things are going to unravel for you. If I wouldn't have focused, I would have probably ended up in a worse scenario and overwhelmed, and probably would have had to give money back, because then physically I couldn't do this work. So long story short, I did that. What happened? More Patreons. More Patreons came, and now we do this beautiful ritual on Friday all together, and that's another thing that I want to share with you. You could connect with those rituals anytime. You don't have to wait till Friday. You could go back to the first ritual that I did way back when, because sometimes I remember I listened to Pamela Georgelle, who does astrology, and every blue moon, YouTube will pull like a video of her, Aquarius, 2015. And another person will be like, oh, that's old. I don't want to listen to that crap. Not me. I'll click on it because I know there's a reason that Spirit put that video in front of me. Because why was something that I probably already watched in 2015, because I've been following her for a while. Why would it, repop, especially when she has, December's videos. So you have to pay attention to your surroundings. So yesterday, so I did a Friday, we did this beautiful Friday ritual, which was amazing. And the prosperity, I will share the video soon, and I have to show you the blockbuster. So there's a lot of things that now I'm able to, like, I'm here live with you. Before I could barely do things like this because I have to do a million spells for other people. I have to, message, the outcomes, the readings, and they'll message me a million more times back. Well, this hasn't happened, or oh my, there's, when you do rituals, you always have that connection with a person. It's not just like, especially with me, I don't just like cast a spell and have a good life. We're done. Other people do. I don't, because I like to know. And I even tell you, please message me. I love to hear the good, especially the good. I want to know is when you guys share with me, my beloved came back, or, I worked with this beautiful person that his wife left for months, and she came back to him, after we did a spell, a week after we did the spell. So the testimonials are there. You could manifest, but everybody's timeline is different because we are human and we have free will. So, let's go back to her beautiful email. And I think I closed it. So she wanted guidance. So we're gonna do, let's see. And I want to share with you that this is what Spirit does. So I'm using her as an example, but I resonated a lot with her email. I get emails from you guys all the time, and I'm not here making videos about everybody's emails, but I resonated with her email, and I'll share with you why. So, like I said, with the whole situation where I don't do those rituals anymore. I don't do contact rituals. I stopped doing certain love spells. Like I do reconciliation and through the head work, because this is a very powerful spell and the outcomes are very positive. I think everyone that I've done a reconciliation spell for has gotten an outcome, a confirmation. Like everybody always gets some kind of reconnection with their beloveds. And even the ones that they have come back and they're like, oh, this is not going to work, Daisy, moving on. Even those have, healed. Because when I do spells, I don't just do your desires. I connect with the goddess and I ask her to send you healing and to send you the signs. And that's why I would say, what did you dream? Because those dreams are insights. Those dreams are confirmation. So then, of course, my Patreon is flourishing. We're doing all this magic. And you have to look at your life. I want you to take this moment, before I get into the messages for this beautiful person. And, sorry. I'm live. Oh, you didn't hear me? You're hilarious. What? My daughter. You have to wait till 10. You have to wait till 10. Thank you. Okay. All right. So they forget when I'm doing lives and stuff. I tell them, but they're in their zone. Okay. So this message is for her, but I want this also because through others' experiences, we learn about our lives. So I want you to take this moment and look at your life. Just really look at it. Like, not just look at your job or your business. Look at your marriage or your relationship. Look at your friends. Look at where you live. And then I want you to think about what really makes you happy. Think about what in your life right now really makes you happy. And if you want, write it on your journal. And this is great. Something amazing for you to do is to write in your journal, I'm happy right now because, and like I said, I'm happy right now because now I have more time to do the creative aspect of my business. I'm having fun making crystal confetti. Like I would have never been able to do that. And it's incredible. Like I don't even know how that came up. Like I don't know. I don't even know. And it's just so much fun because I've sold out of my crystal confetti like I think twice already. And it's been fun. It's just been fun to build these little things and just because I'm a creative person. So that's something that's made me happy. I'm writing every day. I sit down and I write. So those are things that have made me happy. I'm able to watch Yellowstone, which I'm obsessed with. I have time for that. So for you, beautiful Patreon, Spirit says, don't stop. Don't stop. This is not the moment to feel like the victim. This is not the time to crawl under and say, I can't do it. This is the moment for you to look and say, no, not this time. This time, I have the experience. This time, I have the power. This time, I have the energy. And all of my desires, I am manifesting. I will make it to where I want to be. Because I am divinity. And I'm beautiful. And I'm prosperous. And I'm health. And I'm love. And I am abundance. And all that I want, it's already here. With more to come. I am favored. I manifest easily and effortlessly. And I will not take no for an answer. All my doors are opening. I'm walking in through them. And then I see opportunities that are right there. You're freaking out. The opportunities are right there. You don't see them, but Spirit does. Spirit is sending you, showering you with these beautiful opportunities. I see a shift in your finances. I see a lot of abundance. I see joy. I see a trip, something you've been wanting to do for a while that you haven't been able to do, and I see it as I'm looking at this video and seeing myself. I see that this is the time for you to make plans. For you to let go of the past, because I've seen that you're holding on to the past. And if you've been following me, one thing that I've been sharing is that 2021 is about change. It's not about holding on to that past. Because if that's what you're doing, then that is why you're feeling this. And we said that in the predictions. We talked about if we would embrace the changes, just like I've shared with you, we would have wonderful opportunities. We would see beautiful manifestations. But that if we held on to the past, you know, like Woody hanging on to the car for life because he wanted to make it back to Andy, we hold on to our past. Then comes the chaos. Because then the universe comes in, divinity comes in, and it's like, no, no, no. It is time for you to change, my dear. Let's go. And then chaos happens. Oh, but I love that job. But I needed that job, but now I don't have a job. What am I going to do? Look for a new one. In 2019, our world, at the end of 2019, our world changed. And we didn't even know it. And in 2020, in March especially, our lives were turned upside down. Millions of people across our world have perished. Look at the tornadoes. I think there was a tornado this week that hit 4 states. And they're finding, you know, bodies. And then the darkness is there. The chaos is there. But we are here. And we are blessed. And we are love. So we either focus on the chaos or we focus on the victory. Focus on the bad or we focus on the good. Now, Spirit comes through messages, right? And these messages could come from me, could come from the radio station, it could come from a song. You need to be in your now moment. You need to focus on what Spirit is telling you. So on what's today, the 13th? So yesterday was the first opening. Well, the first opening was, of course, when we did it in November. But yesterday was the doors, again, the ascension energy, the opening. That's why we had that major eclipse, full solar eclipse. That brought a lot of chaos. So the doors are opening, and the darkness doesn't want you to flourish. Like they told me, no, Daisy, you need to keep doing that because that's your bread and butter. And then Spirit's like, not really. You'll be fine because we already have this plan for you. Now your human mind is like, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. But then your higher self is like, once you believe, you will see. So you need to change the aspect of your surroundings. Change the way you see your life. And this energy of the full moon, I want to share with you what Spirit shares with me. Okay, beautiful, beautiful angels of love and light. We send a lot of healing for all of those who have come into the sacred space to take all your wisdom, to take all this ascension energy as our doors are opening, and we just have to walk through them. Turn on those bright lights so they can see the entryways, because a lot of these individuals are in a fog or have a veil and they cannot see. Can you please brighten their journeys, their paths, so they could walk through these beautiful doors of their desires, of their intentions, of their wishes. Glorify them with your beauty, beautiful divine energy. We are grateful for you. Share what is needed for this beautiful energy of 1221, for the essence and energy of this full moon coming in the next few days. Share the light, share the wisdom. What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to see? Listen to your higher self, which is exactly what I just told you. Pay attention to your surroundings. So I was, a couple days ago, I don't know, I forget his name. I could probably look him up. It's something Lewis. And he always has, he has like a podcast, and he always has, let's see if I could find him. If not, I'll try to link him below. Is it John Lewis? I always forget, Lord Jesus. Anywho, he always has these great people, mentors, you know, that he talks. And he talked about this woman. Oh, I probably have it in my history. So I really want to share with you. Lewis House? Lewis, Howes, okay? And the podcast is called If You Want to Become a Millionaire, Follow These, right? So I thought it was great, and I listened to it. It's like maybe an hour. And I was like, okay, they were sharing, you know, this beautiful message, yada, yada. Her name is Rachel Rogers, and she is, I love her. She's out there. She's herself. She's beautiful. She says she's a diva. The girl is a goddess. And I was listening to, you know, what she said, and a lot of it was what Spirit told me. You know, Spirit's like, Daisy, just change things. Don't, you know, because I always feel like, oh my God, but what if they can't afford this? Or what if they can't do that? And then Spirit's like, Daisy, you have Patreon. It's $22 a month. Like, everybody should be able to afford $22 a month. Like, come on. But I'm the type of person that I always, you know, because I connect with you, you know, so I want everybody to be able to ascend and to manifest and to be able to do these things, you know. So then if I was like, oh my gosh, because I did have somebody say, hey, oh my God, I need another spell because our love life is kind of, it's, what was it? It's happening again or whatever. They were going through it because they're beloved, and then we're having, you know, so they love that when I do these rituals for them, it kind of creates the romance and the love and the affection. And those spells are no longer available. So I was like, look, let's just do the weekly Venus, and you could take that energy in, and you're going to save a ton of money, because instead of getting the $60 spells, you're paying $22 a month, and you're getting ongoing rituals and meditations and stuff. But a lot of people don't believe because they don't believe that they have the power. So I was like, and I explained to her, but well, I'm still doing it. I'm doing all the candle magic. We're connecting with spirit, but now you're watching this, you're absorbing this. So the first week she was a little, because, we did this in November. So the first week she's a little, oh my God, it felt so nice and this and that and the other. And then a couple days later, she's like, she's still having doubt. And I was like, hang in there. If you want, do the communication one. Just kind of go through it in the communication ritual. And then she messages me, I think it was like the first week of December. And she's like, oh my God, Daisy, this is even better than when you casted the spells for me. And I was like, because it's ongoing. Because now it's not, see, I'm not in your life, right? I'll do the spell. I connect with Goddess. I share your intention, but it's not my intention. You understand? I'm just the caster. I'm the in-between, the medium. When you co-create this magic for yourself, it's different because there's emotion. You're feeling it. And it's emotion towards what you're intending, what your desire is. And that, my friend, is the real secret. If you put your feelings into what you desire, you will manifest quicker. And a lot of people don't understand it because it's very hard. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat and be like, if you want to be rich, feel rich. Baloney. Who's going to feel rich when they don't even have a penny to rub together? Like, come on, let's be honest. Let's talk honesty here. If you can't even buy yourself a freaking cup of coffee, you are not going to feel rich. I don't care who you are or how good of visualizing. So how you do that is then you find something that you're grateful for. You find something that makes you happy. And I remember, I've always journaled. And there was one of the times that I was really, really broke. I mean, stupid broke. And all I wanted was a little like messenger bag that I could strap on, throw my journal in. But I want something cute, I've never been into high-end purses. I like cute stuff. I mean, if you see my bag, it's Baby Yoda. I like the cute stuff. I don't like the pricey Coaches and Michael Kors and all that stuff that everybody's into. But I was gifted the cutest Nicole messenger bag. And in this, Nicole now she's quite famous. But way back when they gifted that to me, she was, starting, her brand was like new. And then I think she was kind of using influencers in the country music industry to kind of wear her stuff. And then she's blown up. Now Nicole's bags are like hundreds of dollars, if not more. And they're really cute because she makes a certain amount of handbags and whatever. And then afterwards she retires them. And I have the cutest looking vintage, handbags. Like, people stop me all the time and they're like, oh my God, where'd you get this? I was like, forget about it. This was like forever ago. So it was really nice because it was a gift that I was grateful for. That made me feel good because I was like, I can't afford $100 handbag, especially, now I can, but I'm saying back then it was like, I can't go buy a purse for $100. I have to feed my kids. You know what I'm saying? But when we put that energy out there, things will come into your life unexpectedly. And I've seen this over and over in some of your lives and in my life. So we have to not allow the darkness. So this beautiful person that, is going through all this chaos, because right now she feels like, oh my gosh. And I feel from what Spirit says is only that things are at a standstill. She's seeing it as it's not working. That's what I get. And you never want to do that. You never want to tell, especially when we've done rituals and we're working and that it's not working. Never ever want to say it's not working. You always want to say, well, I'm ready for a new day. Maybe this day wasn't the best. We all have those days. And what I do is I will go watch Lewis House, or I can never say his names. Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins. You want to surround yourself with the energy of positive, of love, of joy, mentorship. That's why I'm going to the next level. This is why now I do a lot of altars. And the ones that right now I have 4 on-call altars that are going. And my clients absolutely love it. I have a client last month that I told her, that's it. We did 3 months. And I was like, we're done. You don't need me, And she's like, no, I need you. And I'm like, no, you don't need me. You are fine. But, it's great because with the on-call altar, I'm constantly adding energy. I create it just for them. I kind of do a big blow-up picture of either their intention or a beautiful, happy picture of themselves. So I give that a lot of, okay, this is what we want. This is, let's focus on that. Once I see that, especially the major intention, which usually takes about 2 to 3 months to manifest, once I see that we have that, then I usually like, okay, you're fine. Because I want to give, of course, room for someone else, because I only do a certain amount of them in a month. First, because I don't have room. And second, because it takes a lot of time. Every day I give energy to these beautiful altars. And for now, I've been researching other people that do my work. And yes, it's $555, which you would think, oh my God, it's up there. But I also see it as it's an investment towards what you want. It's an investment. Like the messages that Spirit shares with these on-call clients, because now they get videos every week, almost every week. Sometimes not every week. Sometimes they'll do like twice a month. Sometimes it's every week. It all depends on what their situation is, It's very beautiful because I learned from them. I learned from the messages that Spirit shares with you all in this type. And then that's what you have to do in your life. I could be doing 10 or 15 little spells that I was doing every Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I was dead. Or I could do 5, 6 altars a month. I'm making more money, and I'm giving more time, because then I could, they'll message me, they'll text me, they usually email, hey Daisy, this, that, and the other. And it's kind of like, I feel like I could connect with you more, because I could give you that energy and that attention that you need, instead of like having, because then it's not just the 10, 15 spells that I did this weekend, it's them emailing me. And then I'm overwhelmed because I don't know what to do. So that is, what you need to focus in your life. And I'm sharing you my personal, but then look at your life. What is it that you're doing that's taking a lot of your time, that's stressing you out, and that then you're taking away from you? What is it? And I want you to really look at that, because sometimes when we are in chaos, it is because life is about to shift. You're being shown the doors, the way. You just have to kind of, okay, what is it? What can I do to make these shifts and changes? And with me, Spirit will tell me, do this. And then I'm like, okay. Now we're creating the liquid luck, which I think is super funny. So I will be doing a video just for that, because it has a really beautiful manifesting story that's going to knock your socks off, because I had to call this person because I didn't believe it. I did it when she first, and mind you, this is not just a client. She's kind of an old friend who then became a client, and we've been together for a long time. And she kind of like, her prosperity comes from just open-minded resources. Okay. She's very out there. And she got this from me and manifested something like a whopper. And when she messaged me, I mean, literally, I got her message. I was, of course, sleeping, but she messaged me like at 4 o'clock in the morning and tells me this. And I was just like, and I think it's so funny because a lot of people don't get this little item. And it's incredible. I use it personally. I use it all the time. And it has such beautiful magic and such a beautiful story. But I'm going to create a video just for it because it's. So to close this energy, I think there's 3 people here. I want to know who you are. Who's here? Because I'm going to pull some cards for you before we close. Who is here? And for those of you that come back later, email me at, I forget, goddesslovedaisy@yahoo, and I'll put it here so I don't forget. I'll actually put it, and I'll send you an angel message. Hey, Francis. Oh, to squish negativity. I get it. I mean, it is hard, but I love freezing. And a lot of people, when you hear freezing, they like freak out. So I like to do my freezings every 2 to 3 months, right? If there's a lot of negativity, I'll probably do it monthly. And that is the best way. And I think, are you on my Patreon? Because I think if you're my Patreon, the video's there. You don't have to get the printable because the video shares everything with you. But freezing is a number 1. Number 2 is cleansing your home. What I like to do is I will do a good, what is it called? Like a wash. I'll grab a big pot and I'll add, you can add tea bags, you don't have to go crazy. I'll add some tea bags. I'll add, if I will, fresh flowers, roses, make sure that this is something that you don't use for food, because just in case you add, certain things. My cousin likes to add that, mistolin and fabuloso and all those scents to it, and just create this really pretty positive wash. And I will mop my entire house. I'll start from the front of my door all the way. I'll do it counterclockwise, because you're wanting to get all of this residue and stale energy out of your home. So I'll start in the front, counterclockwise, just go through every room, cleansing with the water. Once I get to the front of the house again, I will grab everything and I will throw it out. I live in an apartment, so people here know that I'm a bit witchy, because I'll get my bucket and I go outside and they have like this little woodsy area, and I'll just throw it over the land because it's all natural. I don't use fabuloso or nothing. I use herbs and flowers, so everything is very biodegradable. So I'll do all that, and the water's water, and then I'll just throw it outside. So here I cleanse my home, and I kid you not, right after that my home feels really, really good. And then what I do is I will change the 4 corners. So the 4 corners of my house, I have crystals that I put. I have black tourmaline, I have clear quartz, I have snowy obsidian and black obsidian, and I have selenite. So it's a big cluster. If you want, you could grab all those crystals, put them in little bags, put them in the 4 corners of your home. This creates like a vortex, right? So no negativity could come inside of your home. You could also do Archangel Michael candles, like if it's like you feel like it's a lower vibrational energy, like maybe like ghosty type energy. Archangel Michael, he's the best angel for that. So it all depends, what you're trying to do. And if you know that this is a negative person coming in your home, get yourself a wine glass, right? Something that you're never going to touch again from, okay? And put water. I would put water, maybe some Himalayan or sea salt, or even if you have table salt, like who cares? Put some salt in there. And then put it by the door. And once this person leaves your house, you're going to grab that water, throw it out. That way, what the water will do, it'll absorb all the negative energy this person has, especially when they're in your house. And then once they leave, you're discarding it. So that way their energy does not stay in your home. okay? And just, be smart, like some incense, some candles. That way you keep your energy in your home up, jazz music, high frequency stuff, because a lot of times people like put like scary movies or just lower vibrational music, or they say certain things. All of that brings a lot of dark energy. So there's it's a lot of little things we could do. Okay, so since Francis is here, I am going to, I'll do some, I lost where my stuff was. I kind of got lost. Who else is here? So I know you're here. And then we'll close it. Okay. So you are going through, I feel like this is a conflict with someone. They're saying there is a peaceful outcome, just to kind of for you to be the spiritual one, okay? Because I feel like this person just does not see, like, they're just like, it's their way or the highway, I don't care. Like, they're like very like a boar or a bull type energy, right? And they're seeing that meditation. I am going to be sharing, I got a surprise for everybody on New Year's, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So she's saying that your angels are saying with a lot of meditation, a lot of visualization, you're going to bring a lot of light and answers to your questions. Like, what is it? Like, what is a question that you have that maybe you're seeking answers to? Because they're saying like you're looking for like specific answers to certain things in your life, and then Spirit's like through these energies, through this ascension and meditation, it's almost like they're gonna send you like lucid dreams or insights, and you'll be able to kind of see what they're sharing. We've been on for almost an hour. All right, who else is in here? Nobody else is asking, so I think we're gonna close it. And stay tuned, because I will be sharing. I got the blockbuster, I have the prosperity ritual, that I have that manifestation that you guys are gonna like. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait for that. So I wanted to share this, and of course I'm gonna send the email to this beautiful person. And let's close it with overall message from Spirit. So Spirit is saying that a lot of the energy right now is about reconsideration. So it's almost like, kind of try to reconsider like maybe your goals or intentions, and what is it that you feel like is holding you back, and then try to kind of like shift that energy so you could see the possible outcomes. Because sometimes we get so like stubborn, I'm gonna say, over a certain dilemma in our lives, and we just want things to be a certain way, and then we don't want to see anything else. Like, this is what I want, and that's it. So Spirit is saying that the energy right now is about reconsideration. It's about looking things through different angles to find the best solution or resolution to it. And I feel like this is overall with just a lot of people, not just your life, but maybe the people around you. And then they're also saying that it's up to you. Either you are positive through this ascension, or you are negative. Regardless of what you do, you will get the outcome. If you're positive, your outcome is going to be positive. If you're negative, you're just going to bring more negativity. Something that I learned from a great master, and it was very true 30 years ago, and it's still very true today, is what you are creating right now is what you will see in your future. Okay? What you are focusing right now is what you are going to manifest in your next. So if right now I'm in turmoil, And my past was turmoil, but I'm still like, oh, it's just things don't work out for me. I just have the worst luck. Or if that is what I'm feeding my aura, that is what I will put out and break back in. Okay? Just think like like the frisbee with a friend. We're throwing the frisbee to the friend and then they're throwing it back. If you send out negative vibrations, you're gonna get negative vibrations back. But if you're in turmoil, but you decide, this is my past, that's my spirit. So, I remember when the angels were saying, oh, this is part of your past, you're surmounting this. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm going through this crap right now. What are you talking about? This is not my past. This crap is happening right now. So I never understood that what they meant was, this is actions that I created from my past. And unfortunately, I am seeing it right now. And a lot of us are like, well, that's not my fault, or I didn't do it alone, or so what you do and what I've done for me that has worked. So it's like experience, solution. Because I'm not going to tell you the problem without giving you the solution. So even if you are in the darkest of darknesses, right? Focus on the good. And what I used to do way back when I was in the worst place that you can imagine, was that I would go on I would call them my spiritual walks, and you could still see the video in this channel way back when. And I used to walk and I used to hug this tree because I'm a tree hugger. And I would take my little satchel bag to Starbucks and I would sit there and write and drink my coffee. And sometimes I would stay there for hours just to get away from the chaos that I was surrounding. And that was my focal point. And then I would go back and just go into my room and not allow any of that outside noise, because unfortunately, sometimes we are around very dark individuals. So when you're in that situation, because some of us are, it is not our fault, because unfortunately it is our fault. Because for me, example, I could have made a decision not to go there, and I made the wrong decision and went there. So it is my fault. So it is our fault for sometimes being in situations. We created these situations with our actions. But it's still, I didn't need to be around those negative people. So I could have stayed in that turmoil and be like, my life is in chaos. I don't know what to do. And just focus on the victim. Or what I did all day affirming. I had Jack Canfield. I have Dr. Wayne Dyer. I had Louis Hay. Back then, Doreen Virtue was into the angels, and I would listen to her weekly angelic messages. Pamela Georgelle was great. Sasha Bonasai. Like, I surrounded myself with people that gave positive vibration. And when the chaos, when I would hear the negativity, I would put in my earplugs. Back, I think I remember I had the jellies. I think they were like, they used to have them $1 at the Dollar Tree. Like, there's no excuses, people. And I would put these on, and I would cut out the outside noise. And eventually I left that dark place. It took a while. I'm not going to tell you it happened in a month. No, it happened in years. It took me years to reconstruct what I allowed to happen. It took me years. So yes, life could be shitty, but it's up to us to say, no, this is not going to happen. I'm going to shift the energy. I'm going to make my life a better place by now taking the actions, by not allowing the outside noise. Another thing I tell people is get an area in your house, especially if you're not in the best, surrounding. Just get one little area and make it your sacred space. Put a little desk or maybe a comfy chair. Make it really pretty. Surround it with quotes that inspire you and uplift you, and make that I'm going to meditate here. I'm going to pray here. So we're going to close with the Divine Providence prayer. Oh, Divine Providence, I ask not for more riches, but more wisdom, with which to make wiser use of all the riches that you have blessed me with from birth, consisting in the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever ends I may desire. And that, my friend, is the true secret. That little prayer there is you having the power to control and direct your own mind. With that, everything is possible. Thank you for being here and listening. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of this, so I'm excited. And I will talk to you soon.